Welcome back to Backyard Cars. And this week we're going to SickWeek. Well, you see, this is after the fact. We've already been to SickWeek. And now I'm going to walk you through the first 3 days because it was really hard to do any of this while I was on the road doing all I had to do to keep this girl from dying. So, on the first morning, we all know it froze, and the rad froze on me, and so I spent many hours unthawing it. Yep. Then we finally got on the road, and by the time we made it to Gainesville, we was just 2 minutes left before tech closed. We got there at 12:58, and tech closed at 1 o'clock. So, needless to say, we just barely made it in. But we made it in. So, I was real busy and didn't get much footage of that. And then we went to our Airbnb where we froze with no heat. Yeah. It had a heater, but the heater would not keep up with the Green Bay-like temperatures that we were experiencing in North Florida. So, where we're going to start is on day 1 in the morning of day 1, right after we got done unthawing the radiator again for the second day in a row. And I know some of you are thinking, should just put antifreeze in it. Well, I would have had to drain that out before I could make passes at the track. So we gambled and we hit craps or crapped out. I don't know what they call it. We rolled snake eyes. So jump on in there now. Here we go. Let's ride the adventure. I'm gonna work on this a little bit. You guys, check out all of the footage and fun. All right, guys, at the Airbnb. This is day 1, and it started off the same as day 0. The rad froze. We had to unthaw it. Now we got it all back. We're loading up the car, cleaning up the Airbnb, getting all of our junk in the trunk. All right, here we are, set up. Got the drag radials on, got our little pit done up. Just waiting, they're gonna run our group first, and hopefully I can remember to get my GoPro on and all that good stuff. And well, wish us luck. And now we're walking up to the tower down by the staging lane so we can turn in this ticket, because I'll be honest with you, I think it's a 12.5 car, and with as cold as it is, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna turn in this ticket, and we might get another run before we call it a day here, but this will be the ticket we use. It's cold today, and this is probably the coldest weather we're gonna have, and we're probably making the most horsepower. Alright, I'm gonna walk in here, turn in this ticket, and I'll be back to you at the car. Well guys, we made our run. I've got the tires back on, the drag radials are back on the trailer, trailer's all hooked up. And now it's on to help out a brewery. Alright guys, we made it to Hell Powder Brewery. Motley Carlo is behind us, and as you can see, it's a party. And if you didn't make it out here, oh well, you always got next year. So now we're on to Georgia, and tomorrow we'll try to put down the same exact time again.
Beautiful Florida.
All right, start of day 2 in Georgia. SMGP. Monty hopefully is not frozen this morning, and that was our humble abode for the night. So now we're heading to the track, make another pass, try to get out of here early and make that run home. The Monty started smoking yesterday on and off. I think I'm losing a valve seal. We'll do a little check-in today. We're going to try, maybe pull the plugs and try and read on them to see where the smoke is coming from, but it's smoking here and there randomly. All right, let's get to the track because we're already about 20 minutes late. It's cool. The daily move. That's how I got all my NASCAR pit crew experience. You know? Do a little check. It looks like it's there. Alright, we're all set up in South Georgia. We got the first pass of the day with D Group, so we're going to go hit these lanes right now, get this pass in. Hopefully we can hit the 12.5 again. Here we go.
By the way, there are at least 2 1972 Monte Carlos, and I'm sorry, this is the slower one. When the other one goes 690s at 207, then yes, this is the slower one. It was a Chevy Bonneville, yes. The very rarely seen Chevy Bonneville. Right along with the Canadian Acadian. Patrick Canan's Monte Carlo goes 1270 at 109. It's not slow. Like I said, it's just slower compared to the other Monte Carlo that we have out here.
All right, guys, here goes the ticket for today. South Georgia Pass, 12708. Can you see that? 12708. So we're 0.2 of a second slower again today. I don't think I got off the. It was a bad run, is what I'm going to say. And I'm debating now if I'm going to make a second pass to try and get back to a 12.5, or if I'm just going to call it a day and, you know, load the beast up, get the wheels back on it, and just call it and take off today, go start driving, you know, and try to make a plan for South Georgia, or Bradenton. But we're doing pretty good. We started blowing oil out a bunch this morning, a little bit late last night and this morning, and then I went down and I popped the, oh, can you see it in there? I bent down and I popped the catch can, the petcock on the bottom of the catch can, and the catch can was full. So I imagine I was just sucking some oil out of the full catch can into the exhaust last night and this morning. We didn't blow any smoke on our pass, so, and that's all of our junk sitting out. So let's figure it out. Let me think about it a little bit. I'm gonna walk around and catch some of these other cars we got out here. Maybe catch some of that racing that's going on out there, and enjoy myself a little bit. All right, let's roll on. Here goes some of the SickWeek cars. Let y'all see some of this stuff. Pretty jazzy cars out here. I mean, if you don't have a race car, or you don't want to race and do all that, you can join in on the SickWeek and cruise around, park in the pits, hit the checkpoints, have all the fun, relax, maybe, you know? Not have to worry about changing tires and fixing cars. Watch all the drag racing. Probably what I'll do next year. Who am I fooling? Next year, we'll be out here running 10s. I mean, if you drop 3 seconds the first time, you might as well drop 3 seconds again.
Yesterday went 671 and 212, I believe. That is a personal.
It's going to be a little shaky. I'm trying my damnedest.
He is currently number 2 in the category behind Alex Taylor.
All right, guys. All right. We decided that we are not going to wait for all run because it's going to be too long in the day. So we just packed up and we're going to hit the checkpoints and we're going to roll. So that 12.7 is what we're turning in, and you know, it probably knocks us out of competition, but oh well. So you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna hit the head and we're out of here. All right, we made it to the pin split bowling alley, first checkpoint of Georgia on day 2. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna hit some bowling and have a good night, get some drinks, and then finish our ride down to Bradenton. And I already been inside, but unfortunately they're playing a lot of music real loud and that ain't gonna fly. So I'll walk you around the parking lot real quick. Then I'm going in to catch up with the peeps, and we're hitting the road. We'll go over here and show you this wild pickup. Old school graphic pickup. Malibu. The Brunos and the Valiant. What else we got? It don't look like many people are sticking around. Looks like they're rolling in, getting their flick, and departing. So, but this is where we're at today. And it's pretty jazzy. I'm actually gonna walk in until the music happens, and then guys, I gotta shut her down. So, sweet old Nova. It's gonna get rowdy here in a little bit when everybody else shows up. Game room on into the bowling quarters. And right now, I gotta shut her down, so. Alright, second checkpoint of the day. Start. We're gonna hit one more tonight. We're skipping the drive day. We're gonna use it as a maintenance day. So this is it. We got some more night driving to do, and then we get our maintenance day, and then on to braiding. All right, we're here on day 3 doing maintenance, and I pulled all the plugs to check them all out. 2, 4, 8, 6. Let's set them up so you guys can take a peek at them. But she's running rich. All of them kind of 2, 4. These two got to swap. They all kind of look the same. I'm gonna come over there and let you see them all. It's hard to see, I know. Let me see if I can't get the phone to kick better. See, they're all rich. There is, oil on the rings, but I don't see like oil burning in the. It's all just rich. You can just tell and smell. It's rich. So, and looking at the banding and where it's burning, I could probably add 2 degrees of timing. And to top this one off, when I put these plugs in, I gapped them all at 045. I was going to use a factory HEI. And but then I ended up using the MSD box and the MSD Pro Billet. So I may be wrong here, but they require 035 to 040. So we bumped these down to 040. Hey, I think from here, that's what I did over there. So we split the difference between what they would have been factory. So that'll kind of help the spark be a little stronger, maybe. Because we really can't lean it out much more without doing some jet, tuning. So, and I don't have any jets right now. Now this also, just so we're on the same page, that is like 4 different tunes that you're reading on those plugs. But with that said, you can smell the fuel. So it's rich. I mean, if you didn't smell fuel and they look that way, you might blame it on the old tune. So I've already pulled those and swapped that side, and that's what you see. And we are, we're going to do the right thing. We are going to replace them with some Champions RN12YC. And the reason we're using these is because they were free. And they're 40 years old. Still in the package. You can't even buy them anymore. But they go, I found them in the Cadillac. And when I saw them, I said, excellent. New pair of plugs for the Monte Carlo. I mean, that's what it came with. So that's what we're going to use. All right, so we're going to start pulling these out and taking a peek at what's coming out of the 1 cylinder over here. I already pulled all the wires off over here so I can get in here a little bit quicker on the cams. I think these back 2 are a real pain in the bum, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what one looks like. A little oil on the threads. Oh, why does that look so much different than the other side? Let's see. This plug doesn't look so... That looks lean. No. That's a lot of... Got a lot of additive or something. I gotta get my glasses. But either way, look at that. I can't see it too. Let's see. Can we hit the... Zoom it in. I want to see this right here. Thank you. Huh. That looks like a lot of additive, doesn't it? I guess it looks all right. We're going to take it. I'm going to say happy. We're rich on that side. Happy on the one cylinder. In the jet on this side. Oh, that's oil. There's oil. Well. I don't know what my thoughts are. There's a lot of oil on all the plugs. The ring on the threads, there's a little oil, but this one looks... Oh, that's so much gasoline. Holy, I could probably light this on fire. Well, one side of your motor looks like it's running rich, and the other side doesn't. Nope, it's not running rich over here. So what do we do on that side? We just crank on the air fuel mixture screws, huh? No. That's something's clogged in the jets, or I don't know. Look at that one. See, I would be happy if they all look like this. 100% happy if they all look like that. But they don't. And that plug tells me, again, with the timing, that I could probably add 2 degrees. Where did I just put the marker? And the last one. Putting my viewfinders to it. And same thing. I see a lot of... What am I seeing? It looks discolored as if... It says I could go with 2 more degrees of timing, but... It's too many different tunes, to be honest with you. The one thing we can all agree on is this side is running leaner than that side. Alright, the plugs are in. You want to watch me tighten them down? No. I know you don't. So we're going to stick it back together, and we'll put the plugs back on. I'm going to clean up my damn mess, and then we're going to do something else. I got another issue that we're going to have to tend to. Because, of course, it's the Motley Carlo. And I don't know if many of you are going to look at this and know exactly what this is, right? But this goes through a rubber bushing. And this goes on the bottom of that rubber bushing, and then a bolt goes on here, and it squeezes together and holds the entire front end of the car body down on the car. And, well, we somehow... Yeah, you get the drift. So we got to get nylock washers, nylock bolts with washers, and I'm going to hit them with some of that thread locker stuff that the people use, that, you know, and we're going to hope that doesn't happen again. And then we'll get to the other issue with the oiling thing that I'm going to talk to you about. Right, the last of our issues is that our catch can, under 3,200 RPM, where everything is good. We get above 3,200 and we start pulling fuel or pulling oil from the engine pretty heavy and shooting it into the catch can. And that's going to, of course, when running in the cold, it's bringing more moisture into the engine. You know what I'm saying? So that's no good. So we got to figure out a way to slow it down, you know, so it's not pulling so much vacuum there at high RPM. You know what I'm saying? And just, if it was blowing it out, we would have oil all over here, and we don't have it. So it's under suction, sucking it down in here. So we might have to find like a relief valve that, you know, gives off with so much vacuum, it'll blow off and allow it to pull here, as opposed to putting pressure or vacuum over here, like a release. So other than that, everything is going smooth. We got to button everything up. The sun is going down. I got to button everything up and get packed up and ready for the morning. We got like an hour and a half to Bradenton that we're going to have to do early in the morning. And Yeah. All right. Well, besides the first 2 freezing cold days, we've had minimal issues on the trip up until this point. And this is where we're going to end it. We've done our maintenance. We've got new plug wires, and we've checked everything and topped off our fluids and, you know, did the couple little things that we needed to do to make sure we can make the next couple days. But, you know, the thing doesn't go as smooth as you would think. But you'll have to join us next time, because I still haven't edited the last 3 days. I'm a slacker. So go down there and comment and like and subscribe and come back, and let's get into the action now, because it's going to get rowdy.